Well, oh, gee. Well, hi, everybody. Let me put this mic over just a little closer. How's everybody doing out there tonight? I hope you're all doing as good as I am. I'm so happy about these elections. I could have been happier, but I'm still happy. And rest assured, Warnock's going to win the Senate in Georgia. If you're getting ready to send money, send money. Send anything you can. Uh, just because the cards and the pendulum, both of them are already told me that he's got that in the bag, it doesn't mean that, you know, nothing's written in stone and anything can change. Consider every time somebody makes a different decision, it changes the whole world. So, anyway, I just thought I want to thank anybody that's watching my channel, and I'm sorry I haven't been back sooner. My guys just told me to take a break. The night of the election, even they said, "Don't worry, we got this." And then I went to bed. Then when I woke up the next morning, before I even got out of bed, they said, "We got this." So I thought, does that mean we got the House and the Senate? That's what I thought. Does that mean we're going to get the House too? I don't know, but either way, they got it. And so we got it. I can't believe it. Can't believe we got the Senate. That was what I was most afraid about losing. Of course, nobody wants to lose the House. It's just going to be deadlock if we don't get a few more in there. But that could happen too. We could still win the House. I guess I could pull on that. I've been afraid to, or not afraid to. I just didn't want to push it. I thought, okay, you guys told me to take a break. I'm going to take a break. And if anybody wants, I have did some personal readings. If anybody wants a personal reading, it's lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. Put your phone number in there, and I'll get right back with you and set up an appointment because I've got a lot of openings now. I think it was 2 days ago. I got through doing all the readings I had backed up. So I really appreciate this. And if you're watching, if you want to hit thumbs up, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe. That would be really nice. And I decided I wasn't going to do any griping or any bitching tonight about anybody, and I won't. And I guess the guy that was in charge of doling the money out to the Democrats did hit the best record he ever had. But think of how much better it could have been if they'd have gave the Democrats that were going against that guy in Wisconsin, Ron, whatever his last name is. I can't even think of it. God, he's a mess. He just barely squeaked by. And look what would have happened if they'd have gave more money against the race of this loudmouth in Colorado. She looks like she's still gonna get it. She's barely hanging ahead. That Bobart. Should call her last name should be Bimbo, Lauren Bimbo. Anyway, everything's been said that you could possibly say on TV. There could be, we'll just have to wait and see for the final outcome and see if we're just going to have deadlock or if we're going to be able to get stuff through. At least we'll be able to get judges through the Senate. That'd be great to know that we're going to be able to get judges through the Senate. And I took some notes a couple of days ago because I was going to do a reading, never got around to it. I can't remember what it was about. Who knows? I should have read them before I sat down, but by the time I got everything ready, I didn't have time. So we'll just do what I've got written down here. And I want to thank anybody that's watching. Remember, it's lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. Put your phone number in there if you want a private reading. And thank you so much for watching this channel if you're still watching it after all these years. Or if you just started, that's even better. Oh, uh, so I wrote some questions down here. I watched. One of the things I want to read on is this. Mm, excuse me, just a minute. The first thing I want to read on is they keep blocking this student loan debt relief, and I want to know, will it go through? Is this student loan debt relief going to go through? I'm sure it will. It has to. I never seen so many people in such a hurry to try to cut their dicks off to spite their face in my life as the frickin' Republicans and their lawyers and their judges. I don't know how they get anybody to vote for them. People just that aren't paying attention are people that are just think they're at a football game. Red against the blue. It's not anybody that's paying any attention to what's really going on, that's for sure. People who haven't watched nothing but Fox News in 20 years that doesn't have a clue what's going on in this world. More or less what's going on in the United States. We're worried about which M&M's got the high heels on and which Dr. Seuss book the family took down because it was racist, nothing to do with the Democrats. All they want to do is try to get a culture war going instead of just realizing everybody has different things they like and different things they do and let it go. I don't know if you guys watch Indisputable or not on TYT, but everybody ought to watch it. It's really good. It's one of my favorite shows, and it's one of the... Sometimes it's hard to watch because everyone's about a small part of their show always shows what's going on in the South, in the sheriff's offices and stuff, what they're doing to people. But that's not what it's about, the whole thing. It's got a variety of different things. It's really good. It's called Indisputable with Rashad Ritchie. You can get it on YouTube or you can get it through TYT. That's who he works with Chet and Anna. Anyway, so let's see, student loan debt. Will student loan debt get... Feels awful bright in here. I'll probably turn this on and not even be able to stand to look at myself. Will student loan debt get... will they get relief with the student loan debt? What they passed already. Come on in, help me, Renee. What they passed already that the judges are blocking, are they going to get through this and get it where the people get their money? This is so stupid. This is so awful. People don't realize how much that money would mean to people. And the people that just don't want them to get it because they're selfish, shame on them. Shame on them. I wouldn't care if I had $300,000 worth of student loan debt. I wouldn't want to block anybody else from getting any of theirs canceled if they qualified for it and I didn't. I might be kind of sad that I didn't, but I sure wouldn't want to block anybody else's. That's just not the way I was brought up. Maybe that's the way things are nowadays. It's like everybody thinks if they give anybody else anything, it's taken directly away from them, and that's not the way it works in this world. The more you give out, the more that comes back to you, no matter what it is. Whether it's a smile, a gift, a favor, money, it doesn't matter. Whatever you give out, it comes back. And here I am dumping cards all over. So let's do the student loan debt. Student loan debt. Are they going to get it? They're going to get it straightened out where they get their money. here. Spirit coming in. I need to. I'll be right back. I got to go turn some air on. This happens when I start reading cards. I don't know. I can hear the rattling in my air conditioner. I didn't turn the air conditioner on, just the fan. Oh, student loan debt. Student loan debt. Are they going to get their relief money they were promised by Biden? Or is it going to get blocked? Got them upside down, the whole debt. Well, they're waiting. We got the Two of Wands here as a signifier. It's a shame that there was even anything going on about this, because this is not that much money compared to all the money they gave to all the rich people during the pandemic and stuff. In the present, it's totally blocked. That's the foundation. It's blocked. So that's what we're asking about. So, yep, we're tuned in with the cards. Oh, this is a family celebration card. And a lot of times this card for me has been the Republican card for the last few years. But I'm not necessarily. This could be happy times, happy endings, parties, something going great. So the energy over the blockage, the past on the present, so it could be Republicans happy that they've got it blocked, just like they are. They don't give a shit about anybody, just whatever hate and discontent and hardship they can put on people. Because as it is now, these people feel like they've been betrayed and they're out in the cold. And that's exactly where the Republicans would like to keep them. But in the future, we got Biden. So they must, I have a feeling the minute I touch this card and flipped it over, that they're going to bring their top judicial guns in on this. The Democrats are going, I feel like this is saying, yes, they're going to beat it, but let's go further. It's the 7th house. This is the Democrats celebrating. I'd say, yes, it's going through. It is going to go through for them. Looky here. This is the energy around it, giving money out to people that need it for a change. Oh, I love this. I think they're going to find out. This is more secrets around these lawsuits, like the people that are even saying that they're pushing them are like other students, just really stupid ass shit. So I think there's just more fraud coming out about who's blocking these. And everybody knows where the money's coming from. It's coming straight out of the Heritage Foundation. Any kind of, those guys call themselves a Christian foundation, and every time I hear that, it turns my stomach. I used to, even though I wasn't still going to the church and didn't feel like their interpretation of even what Jesus said was what he really said, it just makes me really sad to feel that lower stomach pain when something about the church comes up anymore, when it used to be a joy to me, even though I had a different outlook of, the peace and love that Jesus was teaching compared to what some of them taught. But being spiritual for the last 40 years, but at the same time, it's really hard sometimes. They're going to find out some I think if it don't just go right through, that there's going to be an investigation. I love this. Yeah. Okay, so that's what's going on. It might take 2 more months, but they're going to get their money. And the Republicans that are behind this blockage are going to be out in the cold as much as they, whatever, won't be like they'll really be in the cold. Most of them's got more money than they got assholes or brains. But anyway, yeah, Biden's going to be a hero before this is over in the near future. So I think within the next 8 weeks, they're going to get this straightened out. Let's hope so. That's what it looks like. Here's the Democrats winning. Here's them giving the money out. And I really don't need to go any further than that. It does end with everybody being happy about it. Everything being worked out ahead of time, how to distribute it. So, yeah, I'd say from these cards it's going to get settled, and it looks like it might be 2 weeks or 2 months. I don't think they're going to be able, I think there's too many lawsuits to do it in 2 weeks, but let's hope in 8 weeks that it's a done deal. God, let's hope so. I just feel so bad for these people that are carrying this debt that could help so much. And just to think that anybody would want to block it just blows my mind. I don't understand it. That's the kind of... I know this sounds silly to compare, but I spent 38 years in a little bar hole in the wall in a little town with 2 bars and a post office and a grocery store and about 5 churches, or maybe 10. And didn't live there, but that's where my business was. I lived in a bigger town 7 miles away from there. But it was a bar, and I was a liberal bar in it. I never thought of it as Democrats and Republicans then, but I was liberal, and they were... it's just like the they just look for things to say bad about people, talk about people. I loved to interior decorate, and the building was real old, and it was old wood paneling. I took it and painted it green and purple with lines in it, like it was like paneling even. I mean, it looked like a bar in Jamaica on the beach when I got through. It was so beautiful. And the bar next door told everybody in all the 5 or 6 towns in the valley where I lived that not to go to the Desert Club anymore, that it was a gay bar because it was purple and green. So it was just that kind of, it was, maybe that's why I identify so much with this, because it's like the same stuff. And here I was, a divorced mother with a child to raise, working my ass off, working 2 jobs, and whatever. It was just, and everybody that I'd ever looked cross-eyed out all the years I'd worked at that bar, or who was jealous of me, or God knows what, they all sat next door and tried and made up stories about me all day. It reminded me so much of how things are between the Democrats and Republicans. I can't believe it. But anyway, maybe that's why I take it so personally. Who knows? I got to quit talking. So it looks like the student will get their debt caught up. It might take a while. So let's see, who's going to win on the Republican side between the old guard and the MAGAs? When all the dust is settled, is it going to be the old guard or the MAGAs? How would I do this? I'm going to go down. I'm going to make 2 lines down. The first one's going to be the MAGAs. No, sorry. I was told not to do it that way. The first one's on my left. The first one is the old guard. And the second line down is the MAGA. Old guard and MAGA. Old guard and MAGA. Old guard and MAGA. Old guard. Whoops, they're worried now. They're afraid they're coming to an end. And there's a lot of fighting going on. This is the old guard. This is the Mitch McConnells, the few that didn't go totally batshit crazy when Trump got in there. It was just still looking out for theirself and pushing the corporate greed through there. This isn't between the Democrats and the Republicans. This was supposed to be the old guard, the older ones in Congress, the ones that had a little bit of sanity. Are they going to win? Or who's going to take over if they get this? Got a moment in there. How about that? Looks like Nancy Pelosi. She wouldn't have anything to do with this. 2 women. And the chariot, but it's upside down. Okay. I think this is explaining something totally different. Here's the old guard, not sleeping good, wondering what in the hell they're going to do if they lose power, because right now there's such a power imbalance, they don't know which way it's going. Knowing it could be the end of them when they're close to being to the end of their careers anyway. And there's a lot of bickering going on right now. That's the MAGA. I mean, that's the old guard. Excuse me, not the MAGA, that's the old guard. And this is all that came out for the MAGA. This is the MAGA. And first I thought it was weird when I first started turning them over, because we got the Queen of Wands, and then I got the Queen of Pentacles, and them hauling ass. I think that this, I'm going to draw a clarifier over this, but I think this Queen of Wands is maybe something to do with lawsuits, and the Queen of Coins. Lawsuits about money, where it went, missing funds, and they're just going to be trying to get the hell out of there as quick as they can so they don't go to jail. What they're going to try to do is just leave or something. I can't explain this, but I feel like they're going to get offered some deals that they're going to want to refuse. They're going to think they're going to keep their mouth shut. And then all this information is going to come out, and they can't keep their mouth shut. They can't juggle anymore. And America wins. So I think it's something to do with lawsuits. I really feel like if there's a terrible imbalance, or not, won't be a terrible imbalance, but the imbalance, which is going to be really small, to me, if it's not the Democrats, it's a terrible imbalance. But anyway, it's going to be not that big, even if they don't win the whole House. But it's going to be so close that when the lawsuits start coming in and the indictments start going out, some of those people aren't going to be able to stay in Congress. I feel like that's exactly what that was saying between those two parties. And I wasn't even asking between the Democrats and Republicans. That was just between the Republicans and Republicans. So it's kind of showing that you really can't tell. They're going to be fighting about this for a while. And then it's going to look like the biggest assholes are winning, and just about that time they're going to come down on them like gangbusters. So let me mark that out so I know I've read on that already. I know it sounds silly right now, but as I read here longer and get into this, Another thing I thought was interesting is if they do get a majority, if the Democrats end up with a majority, are they going to codify Roe v. Wade? It probably won't be a big enough one till after the arrests come through, but is Roe v. Wade going to get codified? That's the best way to ask for it. And it would only be if they come up with a majority. There's no other way. Is Roe v. Wade going to get codified in the next couple of years? Is Roe v. Wade going to get codified in the next couple of years? Is Roe v. Wade going to get codified in the next couple of years? Sorry, I'm in a trance here. I'm not even looking at the count. I guess it doesn't make any difference. Most people say they listen to me while they're doing their housework anyway. So it don't matter if I look at the camera. But anyway, that's what we're asking. I'm just going to cut it and see if I come up with a yes or no card to start with. Justice is coming through. So I would say that's the biggest yes card there is. So I think it is. Yes. I say yes. Yes, 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 yes. Is Roe v. Wade going to get codified? I got to use my pendulum too. It's been working for me so good. Is Roe v. Wade going to get codified? Swing, you little sucker. Yes, 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 yes. Hold my hand still as I can hold it, and it's still swinging. Okay, yes. This is kind of late because he's supposed to do it tomorrow, but is Trump going to declare a run for the presidency? Tomorrow. Probably be the same time this comes out, the way it's getting so late. Is Trump going to claim a run for the presidency tomorrow? Maybe he can take his new lover with him. I'm sure he'll want to put Carrie Lake in there with him. They'll go on tour together. What's going on with Trump tomorrow? Big government, big government. I'd say that if I was just going to draw one card, that would definitely be a yes, but it looks like maybe not. Maybe he's going to say he's going to wait because of this race. Why have we got temperance in there? It's blocked. Well, if he does, he shouldn't. From these cards, there's the tower coming down. There's the Democratic Party happy. I don't know if it'd make him happy or unhappy if he runs. He's such a loser. I don't think it would make much difference. He's worried about money. It will cut some of his funds off if he runs. So that's what's going on there. Let me see what's on the bottom of this. Thief. Every time I read about him, the thief is on the bottom. It was his plan. It really was his plan before this race. I got the world here. Something ending, something beginning. He's worried about his health. I'm worried about my health too. I can't believe how tired I am all the time again. Um, well, whatever he does or doesn't do, it's going to end up helping the Democrats. Look at this. The outcome is Biden. So this could be a big government decision that was put on hold, kind of blocked by the Republicans losing everything. And then at the top of this, we got the Democrats is in the sky. Trump looking at the money he put back, thinking maybe he might have to change his plans to take over the world, because I don't know if he's got the energy or not. And look at this. Here's Biden. For Biden to be in his 10th house is showing that whatever he does, whether he goes ahead and goes through with it or whether he doesn't go through with it, it's not going to be good for him. It's a bad decision either way. He should have just kept his mouth shut and let it all blow over. It's wrong timing, wrong place, wrong... Well, we know it's a horrible decision if he even runs, more or less. There ain't no way he's going to win anyway. But that I would go to the bank on, that if he was to somehow by faith to get into that race, there's no way he would win it. But anyway, let's hope not. Let's hope that we don't have to listen to his bullshit for another 2 years. Okay. So I don't know whether he does or not. It's not going to make a hell of a lot of difference. It's a mismove. It's a stupid move. And whatever he does, it ends up making Biden look better. So that much I'll say about that. Does Trump really have dirt on DeSantis? He's running around bragging all the secrets he knows on DeSantis. Does he really have any secrets on DeSantis? Well, I'm sure he's a slime ball, with him being so obsessed about all these sick things that he's trying to get in the schools and stuff. Kitty litter boxes, all this kind of crap. God, what a mess. These guys are batshit crazy. And the people that follow Facebook and believe everything they see on there are just as crazy. I know Facebook is great for families and stuff. I won't even go there. I can't go there. I hate that rabbit hole. I'll put all the grandkids and great-grandkids I've got, I just tell them, text it to me, pictures and stuff. Just text me with them. So, does Trump have dirt on DeSantis? Well, the secrets card fell out. That's interesting. I'll stick it back in there. I'm just going to just leave it out, but I'm going to shuffle one more time. Got some sexual things on DeSantis. Maybe back from when they were giving him everything out of the vaults from the Enquirer. Back when he was friends with Maddox, or what in the hell's his name? I can't believe I can't. Rupert Murdoch. So he does have some sexual secrets on him. Something kind of worldly. And then I got the justice card for the foundation. It would be kind of justice if a bunch of bad shit came out on. I shouldn't say that, it's bad. That blackmail is terrible, but it would be kind of justice. Maybe it'd be just for Trump. Who knows? But we got the justice card in the foundation. There's more than one thing. There's a lot of things he could bring out on DeSantis. He does have him. He's got information stashed somewhere. Enough to knock him out of the race if he was to bring it out, although it might give away where he was getting, what was going on. I still always think these are Democratic women celebrating. I always associate this with something good happening. So maybe he does. Even if he does, he may not bring it out. That's what he don't know whether he wants to pull this shit out of the hat or not. But he's got something. Doesn't mean he's going to bring it out. I just asked, does he have something? It's another blockage. Here's trying to make up your mind, and here's thinking it's probably not a good time to say anything, at least not right away. Something to do with some money he took. Look at this, a lot of money. Some kind of big money deal. But maybe it would get Trump in trouble too. But we got the high priestess. There is secrets. He's got secrets on him. Are they going to come out though? It looks like he can't make up his mind. It'll be a couple of months down the line. He does have secrets on him. I can't believe that. He's got secrets on him. And, but it'll be a couple of months before we start hearing anything about him. It'll be if he's pressuring him or pushing him or they're both going after it. Like I said, it looked like maybe Trump might change his mind about declaring tomorrow. I don't think so. He's just like a bull in a china shop. What's on the bottom? It's not going to help his campaign if he does. Not going to help either one of them. Maybe to just put the whole party in the sewer. Where it belongs. I shouldn't talk like that. I wouldn't have never said that before. The last 10 years, but it's been a bad party ever since, well, before Bush even got in there. But Bush didn't help things any. And Obama didn't help in things any from letting Bush and all of them get away with all the stuff they did. They just set a precedent that the president didn't have to pay for nothing and nobody around him had to pay for anything. Of course, it would have been hard for Obama to push it because he was black. He knew that he was working. He had to be kind of like Jackie Robinson. He spent his whole term in office trying to kiss ass and not push the envelope, especially when for the rich and famous, he was kissing the ass and the ring. Got all the bankers he put in there as soon as he won. Anyway, let's don't go back there. Let it go. It wasn't that I didn't like Obama. I thought he was the closest thing to whatever. Thought he was almost JC returned. I was really enthused. I was enthused with him as I was when I voted for my first election, which was Kennedy. Robert F. Kennedy. Anyway, what's the next one here? We got these shuffled. Only you, Spirit, knows what's supposed to be going on to him, I'll tell you. You sure helped me earlier with some questions I was going for on a private reading. I'm going to ask a weird question on these indictments that should be coming. I'm going to ask if they're coming in the next 2 weeks. Are indictments for some of these crimes, whatever they want to call it. They say he's criming so fast that he even invented a new word for him, criming, that they can't keep up with him. But are some of the indictments for some of this horse shit that Trump's been getting away with all his life, or some of them going to come out in the next 2 weeks? I have a feeling that something might come. I thought something might come out today, even maybe tomorrow. But it's something coming out in the next 2 weeks on Trump and all of his crimes. There are going to be some indictments coming down the next 2 weeks for some of the generals and people up helping him, the people doing all the stuff, all those lawyers and all that people around him that was doing this, not just the peasants. Let's just say this indictment's coming in the next 2 weeks. Not 2 weeks, before the end of the month. I'm going to shuffle them again now after saying that. His indictment's coming before the end of this month. Their indictment's coming. I get the hangman. Doesn't say they're not coming. It says they're... It's upside down. It says they're getting hung up, slowed down. Maybe that means they are. Maybe everything... Stealing money from the poor. Maybe this is that deal, that case, and maybe he'll... Well, you don't get indicted because it's not a criminal case for the fraud in his company and everything, so that couldn't be it. This looks like fraud, giving money to the wrong people, keeping poor people from getting money. Page of Swords, that's Michael coming through with his sword. And then we got the Chariot. Something to do with a lot of money in the wrong place. The Queen of Swords. That's probably that Bonnie Willis in Georgia. Maybe she's going to be the first one to indict him. He's out in the cold on this, whatever it is. They got him dead to rights. Money changed hands in Georgia, too. He's afraid they're coming after him. He's to the point where he's not sure they're not going to come and arrest him. Look at this. He's fearing it. He's got the Ten of Swords in his fear. And you've got the jail card. I'm going to stop there. Look, we got the Hanged Man. And then we got some kind of movement and money. And some kind of fast movement. Somebody looking at all the paperwork they've got back. A woman attorney or judge coming in. Trump feeling like he's out in the cold. Maybe something to do with Ivanka. Here's the Ten of Swords in his back. Here's Michael ruling over it all and him going to jail. I don't think he'll ever go to jail. But it looks like he might get indicted. I'm just going to do this one more time and cut the cards for a yes or a no. I'm asking if it's in the next... Before December. I should have said before the end of the year, but I just want to know if it's going to happen this month. I really want to know if it's going to happen this month. Had the death card in there upside down. Or wrong side up or whatever. Is it going to happen this month? This time's probably really getting away from me. I do this. I get into these cards and I don't realize that I was going to turn it off. I'd say yes. Justice is coming. So these cards say he might get indicted in the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Well, we're already halfway through the month. The next couple of weeks. Let's hope that that's true. That would be nice. Anyway, one thing I wanted to talk about, people, is if you've got any questions, put them in the comments. Put it in the comments and do it in capital letters. comment in capital letters and put them in there. And then that way I can find them when I look back through there real easy, if you got any questions. And one thing I want to thank all, I'm so happy about this election, and I want to thank all the young people that came out and voted. I told you the young people were going to pull this off. I should have talked about this first. Young people, black women, white women, women, white men helping white women, and black men helping black women. Whatever. It was, I still feel like it was, I said the youngsters were going to come through and save our ass in this election, and they did. They did. All the young people, which are all different nationalities, they came through and saved our ass. Maybe saved the United States. All was well. Someday maybe back in history. Anyway, I want to thank anybody that's watching, if you're still watching, and God bless y'all, and keep the faith up, and it's just going to get better. And, oh, I know, it's not a done deal. Let me read and see if we're going to keep the House. We could keep the House. Haven't read on that yet. Are we going to keep the House? Are we going to gain the House? Are we going to gain the House? Are we going to gain the House? Come on, Rennick, come in and help me, baby. Are we going to end up with this House? Of course, it comes out two ways. I might have already asked this question, because it comes out that it's hard to read, because it looks like there's going to be some changes, because there's some people going to get arrested in that House. They're not going to be able to stop that just by getting maybe 2 extra people in there or something. So come on. I do Nancy Pelosi. Still a fight going on for it now. We're back to the young people being behind this. If we get it, we got to give thanks to those young people coming out voting. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. These cards are saying yes. We got Nancy Pelosi. It's still not settled yet. Then the gift of settlement and unity comes through. And here's another unity card. But you look at that. We could end up taking the House. From these cards, we could really end up taking the House. I don't know how. It looks like it's almost totally lost with one of the races that came in today. But these cards are saying, yeah, that we could still take the House. And they're saying like we're for sure going to take it. So I'm thinking if we don't take it through these votes and through these finals, then I think there is indictments coming right away. Enough to throw these cards off where it's a done deal. We're going to end up with the House. That's my opinion. Anyway, I love you all, and thank you so much for watching. Namaste.